you know, I actually will be flying soon with my children for the first time in ages in a couple months. And I got to tell you, I'm a little bit nervous because we are going to be flying a Boeing aircraft. Top story of the day, Delta Airlines Boeing plane loses their emergency slide mid-flight and the crew hears non-routine vibrations. I'll tell you what, you can't catch a break for Boeing, right? Every time they turn around, there's more problems after another. Hey, my name is Christopher Ewell, and thank you for joining us in today's OVTLYR Live, where we cover the biggest headlines of the day and what the AI trading data has to say about it. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. So let's take a look at this, right? The flight was bound for Los Angeles and forced to return to New York City when the emergency slide fell off, right? You know, it's that slide that you see in the movies where all the kids, you know, it looks like a bouncy castle slide, right? Where all the kids are always like, man, that'd be so cool if we got to go down the slide to get out of the plane. Yeah, it probably would be really cool, right? You roll up to the airport, and rather than everybody filing out the door and, you know, fighting over their luggage or whatnot, you just go down the slide. That'd be so much fun. But I don't think that this is the way it's supposed to be fun, right? After an emergency slide billowed off a Delta Airline aircraft after takeoff on Friday, the LA-bound Boeing plane was forced to return to New York City's JFK International Airport. Delta Airlines and the FAA confirmed to Fox News it safely returned to JFK around 8:35 a.m. Friday. Authorities said that the plane's crew alerted air traffic control after hearing a non-routine vibration from near the right wing. The crew also observed a flight deck indication that the emergency slide had fallen off. You know, it's funny to joke about, but I'm sure it was terrifying. I'm sure it was terrifying when they heard a non-routine vibration, right? You're sitting in the back, you're used to all these noises and vibrations and whatnot, and then you're just like, oh no, something's not right here. And you look out the window and you see the slide hanging down, right? Like some sort of twisted nightmare fuel of you know, that nightmare we all have where you know you're falling out of the sky or falling off a building or whatever. Twisted nightmare fuel of falling out of a Delta Boeing plane down the slide. The plane landed safely and all the passengers got onto an LAX bound aircraft, right? But it's not just that this happened. It's the fact that Boeing is getting screwed left, right, and center. Every time we turn around, there's another problem with Boeing planes. And the whistleblower who brought this out, he's gone. That's probably the scariest part to me, right? They're so focused on making sure that they can continue their profits, they can continue their corporate greed, they can continue to put out unsafe aircraft, it seems, that if you go and you whistleblow on them, it's the last thing you're ever going to do. Isn't that scary? Oh my gosh. So yeah, one story after another with Boeing. And this time, I don't know, is it going to get even worse? Or have we finally seen the end of all these issues? Let me know in the comments what you think. Let's take a look at what the AI trading data has to say on Boeing. Boeing is honestly one of my very favorite to point out just how well this trading data works, because we showed a buy signal right before the giant run-up, right before this run-up right here, and then a sell signal days before the doors blew out on the Alaska Airlines flight. And it fell like 25% after that point. Now, we do have a buy signal on Boeing as of April 1st. So we'll see how that materializes. But I'll tell you one thing. OVTLYR is showing a positive return at 14%, while buy and hold is down 50%, right? That's the power of OVTLYR, right? Sometimes these aren't the greatest, biggest winners ever, but they outperform buy and hold by ridiculous amounts. And this is a great example. Like this one here, 14% positive return, while buy and hold is down 50%. And, you know, like I say, it's one of my very favorite examples ever to look at inside of OVTLYR, because it was so crazy to see the buy signal right before the huge run and to see the sell signal literally 2 or 3 days before the jet plane's doors blew off the plane. Absolutely ridiculous. So listen, I want to share with you the Secret Investing book, where I talk more about how to trade using OVTLYR. It's 13 of the best secrets that I've ever found with over 10 years of trading inside of Wall Street. So be sure you head over to secretinvestingbook.com, get a free copy of this 160-page book, absolutely free. Let's go see what the internet has to say about this, right? Delta Airlines Boeing 767 safely returned to land at JFK International Airport following an in-flight deployment of the right overwing emergency slide. Nobody was hurt. Well, that's good. I'm really glad to hear that nobody was hurt. But yikes, that's so crazy, right? Let's see if we can get a bigger picture. I guess that's where the slide comes out, but it is not there anymore. I wish that we had a picture of what the slide looked like coming out. I'm sure somebody on the plane was snapping photos, and they're very, very worth a lot of money to a journalist right now. I'll tell you that. All the overact because Boeing is in the news. Never mind that this airplane has been flying for 20 plus years. Boeing's in the news because these airplanes have been flying for 20 plus years, and they seem to all be breaking at once. Yes. And the hits keep coming for Boeing, for freak's sake. This person says, surprised again. Let's see what else. Didn't they have a similar incident a year ago? They must have in June 2023. Emergency slide at the back of this aircraft was accidentally deployed, hitting a flight attendant, and she was taken to the hospital. Whoa. Oh, I had no idea that was happening. I'll tell you what, the hits just keep on coming for Boeing. And you know, I actually will be flying soon with my children for the first time in ages. In a couple months, and I gotta tell you, I'm a little bit nervous because we are going to be flying a Boeing aircraft. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's OVTLYR Live. We will see you on the next episode.